Working, working, working. Good morning, this is Blake Clark, president of the Jackson Hole Snowmobile Devils. I'd like to welcome you to the 32nd Annual World Championship Snowmobile Hill Climb in beautiful Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's going to get wild, reckless, and a wee bit western. So let's get this here show on the road.
All right, good morning, and we'd like to welcome everybody out to BAM Video Productions' exclusive coverage of the Jackson Hole Snow Devils' 32nd running of the World Championship Snowmobile Hill Climb. We're standing here at the base of Snow King Mountain. I'm Glenn Gillis, along with John Hearn, and we'll be talking to you a little bit about some of the happenings going to be happening here this weekend to go along with this World Championship Hill Climb, some of the racers that we're going to see this weekend, and some of the events happening here. John, it's opening day of the races. We're about 2 hours away. What's your thoughts?
We got some great hill climbers coming up. We've had a great year so far. We want to thank Blake and Meg Allen here from Band Film Productions. They've really done us a great job covering everything this year. We've got some great racers, Glenn. We've got Tapio coming back from last year, which was last year's king. And we're just going to have 4 fun-filled days of racing up here.
We've got Luke Stevens coming out here from California. Just ended up High Points champion in the MWR Snowcross Series out here in West Yellowstone a week ago, sweeping everything. Had a great year. He's going to make a test at the hill. We've got racers from back east at the Hill Cross coming, along with great names like you said. We've got the Tapios, the world champion from last year. We've got the Zollingers. We've got the Zebros. We've got Todd Tupper coming, who's been just having a phenomenal year this year. Other great names you'd like to mention?
Well, we got Vinnie Clark coming back. Vinnie's had a great year so far this year. He's just tough. He's riding for Skidoo and stuff. We've got Jason Crane. All sorts of good riders between the Cats, the Skidoos, and Polaris's. Rick Ward and his bunch, they've done a great job this year. Just everybody involved. We really appreciate these guys coming up and putting their effort right front forward here. We're going to have a fun 4 days up there, Glenn.
All right, a name you mentioned, Vinnie Clark. He's a Canadian racer. When they call this the World Championship Hill Climb, you've got to earn points to get here. This is an invitation-only race. You've got to be the best of the best to get here.
We'd like to break away for just a moment to Meg. She's over at the trailer visiting Vinnie right now, so we'll break away to Meg.
Thanks, guys. Yes, I'm here with Vinnie Clark. Vinnie was King of Kings here in Jackson 2 years ago, and you've been having a lot of success on the Rimshaw circuit this year. How many King titles have you taken?
4 King titles this year so far. Hopefully we can have a couple more.
And what classes have you qualified in here for Jackson?
Stock 8, Stock 1000, Mod 8, and Mod Open.
From what I hear, the most difficult part of this course is what they call the rock garden. It's about 3/4 of the way up that it's going to be more difficult than usual. What's your game plan for that?
The rock garden is probably the most difficult part of the hill. There's always stumps, a lot of rocks. This year there's no snow. The best thing I think is find some snow, carry some speed, and hope for the best through the rocks.
Well, Vinnie, thank you for your time this morning, and good luck on the hill.
You know, John, we've been talking a lot about the guys up here racing, but this is an event that we have women racing against the guys. We have women in their own classes. A year ago, Shannon Barngrover won it in the women's division. This year, Rimshaw has set up things a little bit different. They're running 3 classes with the women.
Yes, they are. There's stock, improved stock, and mod for the women this year, and we've had some great races this year.
Amy Zollinger, it's a name you're all going to hear. She's been having an exceptional year. She's got 2 or 3 triple crowns, winning all 3 Ladies King titles. But let's go to the trailer and have a little talk with Amy.
Thanks, guys. Yes, I'm here with Amy Zollinger. And Amy, what's your game plan for Jackson?
Well, first of all, I got to get qualified. And then if that happens, then I'll just hit the big hill and just go really fast and hope to miss all the bad rocks and stumps.
Sounds like it'll work. Thanks, Amy. Back to you, boys.
All right, we are standing here at the base of the Snow King. The snow is not as good as we've seen it in the past. There's a lot of dirt showing. You can see rocks on every catwalk. It's going to turn things a little bit western up here today, John, but we are in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and western's the way they like it. We have got the best of the best going to be here this weekend, so get a good seat, get relaxed, and get ready for one of the greatest events you'll ever see.
And I'm Murray Archibald, and I'm the first rider on the hill at Jackson. I'm in the end.
Hi, I'm George Toolson. Nobody goes up this hill till I say so.
Gotta be.
I'm here with Rick Budge, the only man who has ran every single race of the World Championship hill climb here in Jackson. Rick, how long ago has it been since they started this hill climb?
I believe it was 74.
1974, and did they run it the same way they run it today?
No, actually, we used to run on the other side of the mountain.
So how has the course changed?
Oh, well, we used to run two up at the same time, and I believe we just had start and finish gates in it. It was just an open course, so if there got to be a group, whoever got there first was either traction or blocking the other guy.
What year were you King of Kings?
78.
And what type of sled were you riding?
Borrowed Kawasaki.
A borrowed sled?
It's the best kind.
That must have been a good friend.
Or a foolish one.
Now we have a record number of spectators this year here at Jackson. How have you seen that change through the years?
Well, when it started, there weren't hardly any spectators. It was basically just the competitors, I don't know, 40 guys or whatever that were there. I mean, there really wasn't much of a crowd.
Now people have gone to extraordinary lengths to win this race here. What's some of the craziest things you've seen, Rick?
I've seen Stan Checkett's build a sled with 2 snowmobiles hooked together side by side. I've seen them with 3 tracks on them, tracks where the skis should be, as well as the other track. Just motorcycle motors, you name it, they've tried it.
How have they worked?
Most of them not very well.
Now I'm here with a very special person, and that's Heather Budge. Heather is secretary for the Rimshaw. Heather's also raced a little bit in the past. Tell us about that, please, Heather.
A little bit. I did Jackson for the amateurs one year, and I had a ball doing it. I just don't have any time anymore, so maybe, you never know, I'll be back out there again.
Heather, Rick's been racing a long time. What's your fondest memory?
When he went over Jackson for the first time.
That must have been a really thrilling moment.
It was a very thrilling moment. I was very proud of him.
Not many have been over the top of this mountain.
Not many. It's been pretty brutal, so it was pretty exciting to see it happen.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Rick. Heather.
I'm Brad Story, 32nd Annual Jackson Hole Snowmobile Hill Climb World Championship. We just moved up to the upper portion of the hill. Not much snow, a lot of rocks and stumps. Looks pretty ugly, but it also could be smooth and fast. Should be some good action.
After 2 days of qualifying, it's time for the first finals class, the non-pro masters. And Norris Brown is the world champion. Next up are the amateur finals. Bob Vigneroli wins the amateurs class. Now it's time for the semi-pro finals. They will run all 3 classes: stock, improved stock, and mod.
Jan Otter, the second woman ever to make it over the top of this mountain here in Jackson. Now, Jan, you have just won the women's class here. How does it feel to be a world champion?
It feels great. It was an awesome day. I had an awesome run, and it's just an amazing feeling.
This course is so challenging. What sled were you riding, Jan?
I have an Articat, last year's M7 that Speedworks built us a 800 improved motor for.
And the rock garden, did that give you any trouble?
You know, it was a little creepy looking when I first came up to it. I wasn't quite sure. My husband told me, trust my sled. We had it set up perfect. It was working great. And I just looked way up above it, didn't even look at the rocks. And pretty soon I was through it and kind of shocked.
Is there anyone you'd like to thank, Jan?
Yeah, I would especially like to thank Articat they built us a great sled. They've been so supportive. Al Shimpa has been out here helping us a lot for the last couple years, and this year they built us a great sled. Speedworks for building that great motor that was in my sled this time. Some local sponsors, Modern Lighting and Electric. Bob Vignaroli has been a great help to us. My boss, Andrew Cornish at Rocky Mountain Appraisals, giving me the time off and helping us financially. Bob Tom at Teton Performance built us some great shocks, Zebros for the front end that I know helped me make it through the rock garden. And that's the best of them.
Well, Jan, thank you for your time and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We've been with Jan Otter, women's world champion here in Jackson.
right, that was Steve Martin who just made his run up upper exhibition. I'm sitting here in a hole that's about 3.5 feet deep. We're on catwalk 3, and this is where the action is. It's getting just wicked nasty, and we got more mods to come. All right, Todd Tupper's up next, and if there is anybody that's going to be able to make it up this hill in the 700 mod class, it's Todd Tupper. An unreal ride by Tupper, and where he went over backwards on that thing, it is solid rock and frozen dirt. Luckily, it didn't land on top of him. He made it out of the way. Hill Help did everything they could to get to it, but right in this spot, I mean, it's going to be just about impossible to get any kind of footing out there. The riders are going to have to get past this big dirt spot that's opening up, and if they make it past that, they've got a hole that This thing's going to be 5 feet deep before too long here. It's unreal up here, guys. And flying up here, it's technical today. These guys are having to get off the throttle, get back on it, picking smart lines, and as the day goes on, there's just going to be less and less to choose from. So everybody up here, hey, let's hear it for Todd Tupper. He can hear you. That was a great ride, Tupper.
Jackson Hole 2007!
All right, we've just put a wrap on Mod Day, Day 3 at the Jackson Hole Hill Climb. And I'm standing here with Orland Rohde. Orland had a pretty interesting day today, man. 2 saves on the hill. You were the man. You went to the net twice. How was that today?
Oh, it's a rush. I mean, you can't ride with them, but you can be there with them, and it's just, you got to put it all out there and try to save the sled, you know, so they can get up there and race another race. So it's a blast.
Now, this isn't your first rodeo, is it? How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been in snowmobiling since I was about 10, but chasing sleds out of a couple of years.
So 2 or 3 on the hill here at Jackson?
Yeah.
All right, and where are you from?
I'm actually from upstate New York, and I'm living in South Dakota now in the Air Force.
Awesome. All right, man. Thank you very much. That was great. That's a huge help for the racers. I mean, the hill crews, just it's a phenomenal group of people out there, and you got to be proud. You did them proud.
You got to be a certain breed to get up there and do this. So I had a blast, and I encourage everybody that wants to get on the hill, come on out, but be ready to play the game.
All right, Orland Rohde, thank you very much.
Hi, good morning. It's Glenn Gillis along with John Hearn, and we're standing here at the base of Snow King Mountain. Sunday morning, we've had 3 great days of qualifying, and so far the hill's winning. A lot of them names we talked about earlier in the week, they're sitting in the trailers watching. A lot of names we didn't mention, a lot of new names. Been having a great weekend so far. What's your thoughts on the day, John?
Well, as you see what we've had over the last 3 days, we've had top names being knocked off. That's not usually very common up here. We have got some different racers, different names. It's going to be fun to see who does what up here. We got the mountain, like you say, it's been taken over. The guys on the sleds have just really get ate up there. The rocks, the stumps, it's crazy up there. The film crew's done a great job. The DVD, you're going to love it. You got to stay tuned for it. But we're going to see what comes up today. We got some new names. We're going to have some new people in here making headway.
It is, and it's going to be a great day of racing. They've opened up the hill a little bit more than what you usually see on a final day here at Jackson. Widened out the gates, trying to get through some of them stumps and rocks that are up on the hill. But talking to some of these racers this morning, I'm not sure it's going to help, you know, and the hill is definitely winning.
It won yesterday between the rocks, like you say, and the stumps that took sleds out, that we had many, many crashes. You're going to see some fun things on this video because there's a lot of sleds with a lot of damage down there. A lot of repairs going on all night long for these guys to get ready for today.
All right, some of the names we mentioned that are still in. We talked about him earlier in the week, the great Rick Ward. He's still in here, had a great 2 days of qualifying. I think he's qualified everything he's entered. So look out for Rick Ward today. Captain Kirk Williamson, been up this hill many, many times, past world champion. He qualified great all weekend. You're going to see them two on them Polarises hitting this hill hard.
Yeah, we got a couple of Skidoo riders. Scotty Thompson, earlier this year, was injured in the Bear Lake Hill climb, broke his pelvis. He qualified all 4 classes, really riding tough, got some great times. And Vinnie Clark. Vinnie Clark's in this thing big time. He was one of your past world champions up here. Vinnie's going to be up here running real well. Jason Crane's still here on a mod. He's running. We're going to see how the Skidoo boys do. What about the cats?
You know, and you don't ever want to knock them don't forget about the Tapio boys, the brothers. They're back up here this year. They've had 2 great days of qualifying. They're in. Todd Tupper, he's in the mod classes. Had kind of a struggle in the stock classes early in the week. Didn't get anything in the stock. So you'll see him in the mod, and I guarantee you it'll be a bonsai run for Tupper because he's got a point to prove. All right, John, anybody we're forgetting?
How about Nate Zollinger? He's past world champ up here. He had some good qualifying times. Nate Zollinger will be tough up here today, as he always is. We got tons of fans here. We're really enjoying it here today. The mobile view is on. Get a good view from down here with the fans. We've got thousands of fans down here, Glenn. Biggest turnout they think they've ever had. We're going to have a really good day here. Keep watching here. We're going to show you some good shots. We'll see how these guys turn out.
We really will. And BAM up here doing a great job. They've got 7 cameras on the hill, so you won't miss any of that great action. So welcome to final day of the World Championship Hill Climb.
Welcome to the 32nd Annual Jackson Hole World Championship Hill Climb, sponsored by Tri-City Performance, your Mountain West Polaris performance dealer. Starting Line Products, setting the world's performance standards. Easy Ride, ride into the future with Easy Ride suspensions. Simmons Incorporated, home of the Flexi Ski, the one true flexible ski still in a class of its own. Ours FX, front-end suspension specialist, X1 racing shocks. Are you outside? Outdoor performance gear for all sports. Do it all. When in Jackson Hole, stay at the Best Western, the Lodge at Jackson Hole.
It's time we begin the finals. And we do have Lonnie Keller working his way up the hill. First racer of the day, number 140. Out of Cowsville, Montana, he's 51 years old. How about it? Robert Tillotson here, race on the hill. Follow the Rick Ward and Mark Thompson. Number 7 in Rick Ward. Joe's got the time to beat, but Rick Ward making a run at it. In Mark Thompson on the hill. All right, now we're going to move into the 600 stock final. Mark Menlove, Utah racer. Play the top, going to give a time for everybody to see that. Tie 3. 109, 110, 11. Trouble. He's on his side. Next on the hill is going to be Idaho racer James Bucklew taking that cat out. Sandy Sled. Gets more stop into the hole.
I'm here with Jeff Baker, and Jeff is the parts department manager here at Tri-City Performance. And we're going to introduce you to the ultimate boondocking sled. Jeff, tell me about this sled.
Well, you're right, Meg. This is the ultimate boondocking sled that we provide to our customers. It has ours FX front end, available in 43 and 45-inch widths. Walker Evans front shocks, 16-click, adjustable, remote reservoir. Under the hood, we have a SLP 727 kit with single pipe. On the front end, we've beefed it up with our Tri-City exclusive front bumper to provide extra strength against the trees or anything that may pop out from under the snow. A Boondocker nitrous with adjustable regulator to control horsepower shots of nitrous. And Meg, with a special touch of a button, you have 40 extra horsepower.
All right, now it's time to move into the 600 improved finals. The Idaho racer, James Bucklew, taking that cat up.
for him. Looking riding good today up and over to 12249.
The Flying Hawaiian, Shane Hart making his way out of Lolo, Montana. One of the Tapio brothers, Russ Tapio. Making his way up and over. Nathan Zollinger. 600 mod finals. Now it's time to go to the yard. Jeremy Osler out of Bozeman, Montana on a Polaris. Name you've heard a lot today, Nathan Zollinger on that cab, taking it up the hill. Polaris racer Brooke Baxter making his way out of Utah. All right, next on the hill is going to be Shane Hart, number 216. They call him the Flying Hawaiian.
Drivers up on top. Got a great sound system. Time to beat 102. Not going to get it done.
Jeff, this isn't a stock suspension.
No, this is a suspension that we get from Easy Ride. This is one of the best upgrades a customer can buy. This is a 155. It's offered in different lengths. It provides a 14-pound loss to the customer. Suspension provides an enhanced ride quality and handling. This is a Fox Zero Pro shock that comes complete with the suspension. This is the newest technology in aftermarket suspensions.
On the roughest race courses, Easy Ride Suspensions is the choice of champions.
All right, now we're going to move into the 700 finals. For 7 Rick Ward.
Has them sled set up. Those nose and skis are always working their way right back down the snow. He's up and over the 1-1-0-3.
Ben Adams racing on the hill. Jeremy Osler out of Bozeman, Montana.
Now he's got it pointed in the right direction. It's a little wild up there.
Got Montana racer Les Keller taking that cat up the hill. Group start. Racer Brooke Beckstrom.
'He's in trouble. He found that wall.
Next on the hill, Rock Kincaid out of Victor, Idaho, making his way up on that cat. He's shaking mark, number 216. They call it the Flying Hawaiian on a Polaris out of Lolo, Montana.
It'll be all right. Ooh, and Hart's got some problems.
Aaron Buchelman on a Polaris out of Boise, Idaho. He's got a good run going.
The clock don't be tough on Eric Buchelman. Looks like he's getting on a big win in class 13.
All right, now we're going to move into the 700 mod class.
Here's up over number 1, headed through the gully, headed for number 2. That'll be the time to beat this class.
Past world champion making his way up the hill, Dirk Williamson. On the hill is going to be Idaho racer Todd Tupper.
Up and over that third gallon. Tupper's got a run happening here. Tupper, keep him.
Number 44, Scott Thompson on that skidoo out of Providence, Utah. Scott Bonsai taking it up.
some problems up there and gonna get a mark. He's gonna get a mark, and he's gonna put a mark on that sled because it is coming down so boy. Formation rod. Down.
We're here with Jerry from Starting Line Products, a company that sets the world's performance standards. Jerry, what products are you featuring here at the Intermountain Snowmobile Show?
Mostly our exhaust systems, engine kits, performance parts for all three of the brands that are primarily doing two-strokes, Arctic Cat, Skidoo, and Polaris snowmobiles. We have a wide variety of performance parts, including exhaust systems, engine kits, hot air elimination kits, high flow intake kits, skis, and quite a bit more. One of our latest kits for the 600, it's a 727 kit. Comes with a Y-pipe pipe silencer. It's got a high flow intake kit, and the 727 engine totals about 150 horsepower, and it's been a very popular item this season. I also wanted to show you our new pipe for our 700 Dragon. Creates another 6 horsepower, 8.5 pounds lighter than stock. No reflash required, and makes this sled really work well.
All right, now we're going to move into the 800 stock final. Right next on the hill is going to be Mark Benlove, Utah Racer.
Yeah, now he's getting up into that ugly spot. And he's going over. 11304.
Next on the hill is going to be Idaho Racer, James Bucklew.
Made it up through that rock wall. He is ready to go.
Now it's time for Vinnie Clark, number 156 out of Belmont, British Columbia, Canada. Vinnie's got it going, got it pointed in the right direction.
He's up and over. Vinnie Clark heading to the top. 106.84 new fast time. 106.84 for Vinnie Clark. He is not going to get it. 11152.
Lots of high marks. Chuck Hogan making his way up. Let's see what Chuck can do.
I'm here at Simmons Incorporated. Simmons Incorporated has one of the hottest products on the market right now, the Generation 2 ski. And I'm visiting with Verlin and Val Simmons. Val, what makes this ski perform so well?
Unique features that have come together to make this ski perform as well as it has are as follows. It is a 10-inch wide ski, which means we have more surface on the snow for better flotation. But it's not just the square inches that make the difference. It's the design of those square inches. We have a unique dual keel design on this ski. They're balanced. They're the same depth on each keel. The wings out to the side help with the flotation and also with side hilling in the deep snow. It is such a phenomenal difference between what has been out there in the past. My 11-year-old boy said after riding it the first time, he said, "Dad, I didn't know that powder snow could feel like hardpack." He could actually control his sled and go the places we go and not have to worry about it.
Now, Verlin, will you tell us about the angle design on this ski?
Well, Meg, the angle design is fantastic. What it does is angles up a little bit and makes it so that in powder snow and turning, it is a great system. And I'm no spring chicken anymore, but I am so much more comfortable on this, on any sled we put it on. And it is just funner than heck to have on there and ride.
Whether on the race course, boondocking up in the mountains, or going down the trail, these skis perform. Let's see what 13-time world champion Kirk Williamson has to say.
I run the Generation 2 Simmons ski, hill climbing, and the standard ski, depending on the course conditions, and they both work wonderful.
Sponsored by Skidoo, Trickstad Motorsports, Rick Butch Construction, Hunt Construction, Robinson Motors, Ace in the Hole, Star Valley Skidoo, and special thanks to Todd Tupper.
Right now it's time for the Pro Masters Improved Stock Final.
Alright, we got an all clear and we've got Road League on the hill. Once again, he's got a win in that Pro Masters stock. Looking for his second one in this Pro Masters in
7-inch, Rick Ward.
Pro Masters Improved Stock. Mark Thompson from Providence, Utah, riding at Skidoo on the hill.
Okay, I'm on this catwalk number 3, about gate 11, just above the rock garden, as they're calling it. It's basically a rock cliff, and the rocks don't just lay in the mountain, they're stuck out. So we've got multiple choices of this rock, this rock, this rock, or this rock, and little teeny paths between. So if the riders come up and can pick their skis up just at the right time, they can worm their way through these rocks as fast as they can go. Mark Thompson just come up. He come up over to this left side. As he got looking at it, I think he decided that would be the way to go, but that moment of indecision slowed him down enough. When he got above him, he didn't have the momentum to carry him through. So he ended up in the trees and down doing a little logging and ended up laid out down on the second catwalk. Looks like he's going to be okay though.
Science Car Quest. This is Dr. Magazine.
Get a little western jump off and gets into some trouble up there around that third catwalk, and he's pretty good at mine. Over to you to put that there, but he didn't move it. He still got a good run going. Whoa, and he is wild up there.
Brad Story again at the third catwalk just above the rock garden still. Just looking over the list of what's coming up. We're just starting into the 800 mod finals class. This is like the who's who of snowmobile hill climbing coming up here. So even though the mountain's as rough as it is, I think you're going to see some mighty fast, smooth runs here. There's a few of them I think they'll get hung up, but this is going to be exciting. Get ready to watch some action.
All right, we are off and running.
Next on the hill, Jason Crane, number 74, on a skidoo out of Bennington, Idaho. Number 44, Scott Thompson on that skidoo out of Providence, Utah.
A little wild, jumping back and forth, still headed to the top. Chad's in trouble, takes her out of business and parks on the top of that little hill, and that's where they're going to mark.
222 Dennis Dumas out of Whitewater, Colorado.
He had that first catwalk at about 28 seconds, but he's in trouble just took a gate with him.
Captain Kirk Williamson, and he has got a great run going. Next up's gonna be number 60, the Oz, Jeremy Osler. Laying it out here, he wants to win in this, and Jeremy's got her going up.
Second win of the day.
Okay, Blake, we're still up here above the third catwalk. Just finished up the 800 class. We're in front of the noisiest crowd on the mountain. We saw some awesome runs come up through there. I'm sliding down the hill. And it just shows you the experience of some of these guys in these classes, these mod classes, have been on this mountain for years. They have the right traction, they have the right mentality to pick the perfect line. Some of the other guys that haven't been on here quite as long don't go quite as fast. They still make it up, and some of them get hung up. We're coming up on the stock classes that don't get the option of the extreme traction that the mod sleds use. They're allowed to use screws now because they figure it's dangerous without some aided traction, but you'll see that they come up a lot slower. Still have some good control, and they know how to pick their lines, but just not quite the speed.
The 1,000 stock finals.
He's on his side, and he's going to get a mark. Luke Stevens going to get a mark. He'll help thank you up there. James Travis Solinger, he'll be followed by Vinnie Clark and now Tapio. We got 2 high marks so far. Let's see what Travis can Travis getting hot water, taking a hole.
Vinnie Clark, number 156 out of Belmont, British Columbia, Canada.
Vinnie trying to get her pulled around, and he is heading to the top. Got her up above that first catwalk. Trying to keep it moving. Can't get it done. Loses traction, and he's going to get a mark. he dives for his sled. The hill help trying to catch it, and watch out, here it comes. Rod, I'm looking at parts. Rusty Johnson, your last competitor on Skidoo, making his way up in the 1,000 stock finals. Then we're going to move into the 1,000 broom. Rusty getting a little wild, headed up towards stop. He's got up over that third catwalk, and he is going to take it over. 1:10:91.
We're going to move into the 1,000 approved stock finals. Get a little more horsepower on this hill. Still got her moving in the right direction, over through, and he's heading up.
1778 for Jason. All right, next on the hill is going to be number 3, Tony Zollinger. Getting up in that rock garden area. Doing a little bit of how through there.
Pro Masters mod.
Got her to a stop. Good job up there. He'll help. Derek Stone's going to get a mark up there.
The next Rick Ward will be the next racer on the hill.
Getting up there in the south part. 4.60. Our first stop is 1 minute time.
And I'm here with Nate Zollinger. Now, Nate, what makes these suspensions so special?
Well, I think it's the fact that we work closely with the racers. We're working with racers on every brand, including Arctic Cat. What we have here is one of the Zollinger sleds, one of my cousins. And what you can see here is our X1 shock, which is a compression adjustable damper that's new for this year. And we tried really hard over the years to learn and to develop something that was going to give the racer a little bit of an edge and some adjustability, and the X1 has done that for us. And they've also got our 46-inch wide front end on here that a lot of the racers really like because it gives them the stability that they need in these flat corners, and we're able to stretch the travel a little bit and give them some extra shock and suspension travel to soak up these big bumps. But more than anything, I just think it's the cooperation we get out of these racers and working with every brand and just taking everybody's input and trying to put it into a product that the trail rider as well can utilize, as well as the hill climber. I think the hill climb market in general is kind of a stepping stone for the factories to introduce new ideas and different products that will help the trail rider to have not only a faster ride but a smoother ride. And that's our goal at RSFX, is to smooth out the bumps on the trail and allow snowmobiling to not only be fast but pleasurable, so you don't wear your back out and all your bones. And we want to say thanks and log onto our website. It's rsfx.net and check out the product.
One more time, who's ready for the open mods? Alright, that's a little better. We got more horsepower coming at you. A lot of these got nice NOS on them. We should see, I mean, what a list of names in this open mod. We've got Rusty Johnson, Tony Zollinger, Brett Rasmussen, Tyler Ropoletto, Canadian rider Jason Heath.
Okay, Rusty Johnson making his way up over one, headed to two, going up through the gully. Going, let's be ready for two.
a full gainer at the net. Captain Kirk's going to get a mark up there. Martin up there above one, heading to two. Up over two, he's got a good lead there so far.
Okay, Blake, we're still up here on the mountain, getting late in the day, but somebody come down that we needed to talk to. Chris Brandt, been up here racing for, how many years you raced here?
This is year 4.
Year 4. He finally got over the mountain.
Ahead of Brett Rasmussen. Took him
ahead of Brett Rasmussen, and Rasmussen only got over by going around the gates. Chris actually went through them. So, also Chris had a good night last night at the freestyle event. So to round things out, he's up here with a catcher's vest, and to culminate his weekend, he's going to go catch somebody.
Well, got to help the guys out who helped me out all this weekend. So I had one sled tumble, and then I had some hill help me on the other one. So I gotta help out the guys who helped me out.
So that was pretty cool. We got pictures of you yesterday. Your sled chasing you and you running down the hill. How was that?
Yeah, that thing was pretty mad at me for not making it up over that third catwalk again. That catwalk gets me every single year, but I did get through it once this year. And yeah, yesterday my sled 360 down the rocks and just started pointed right for me. And luckily I had a helmet on, thank God.
Well, that's the worst part of the course, and probably the worst I've seen it in years. And you did it. Nice job.
Yeah, buddy.
Sweet weekend.
Yeah, very good weekend. Thanks, Bam.
And he is heading to the top. 106.75. 106.75 for Rusty Johnson. 106.75 is the time to be put on by Rusty Johnson. All right, he's got it up there around 3. It is a smooth run so far. He's in a 57, 58, 59. 102.59, new fast time. 102.59 for Vinnie Clark. Who's next, John? We got number 179, Tom Roby on the Skidoo down here. Alpine, Wyoming, he won the Pro Master Stock, having a good year up here. Let's see what Tom can do.
Tough hill up there. What did you think about it?
Well, it was pretty ugly, but actually, you know what? The hill really held up well. I've actually seen worse hills than that one, so everything turned out really well.
Anybody you would like to thank along the way? With any of your sponsors or anybody?
Yeah, I'd really like to thank Mark Thompson, Team Skidoo, Bombardier, Dave Trigstad, Star Valley Skidoo, Robinson Motors, Hunt Construction, Rick Budge Construction, Ace in the Hole Graphics, and my wife Frosty.
Hey, thanks, Tom. Good job.
Look at that third flat rock. Got a bonsai run going here. He's got to be faster than 102.59. 102, 104, 105, 7, 107.5. That won't be fast enough to knock Vinnie off. Stop, world champion. Get ready to make his way to the hill. Time to beat is a 1:02.59. Let's see what Rick can do. He holds it all out on top, and he's a 102, 104, 105. 107.54 won't be fast enough.
Made a great run today, Jay. What did you think of the hill?
Oh, I thought it was awesome. It's a pretty tough hill. Got out there early. I'd like to thank my girlfriend Megan. She's the main sponsor. Helps out with everything. Players, Kurt's Players, and Carl Cycle. Built good shots every year.
On a Skidoo, number 156 from Canada.
Vinnie, tell us a little bit about the hill. It seemed like it was awful tough up there today for a lot of racers.
You know, I think the hill won most of the racers. It's no snow makes it really tough. The rocks were out, just made it for a tough weekend.
Well, you had a great weekend here. You qualified for all your classes, and you come away with a big win. Stock, King at Jackson Hole. We really appreciate you being here. Anybody you'd like to thank along the way? Any of your sponsors?
Sure, Skidoo, of course. These new sleds are working awesome. The XPs. Holtz Racing Products, for sure. He makes some great suspension. My family, for sure. Alpine Country Rentals, Oakley, VP Fuels, Rick and Heather Budge. Without them, I wouldn't be doing this. Thanks a lot, Rick and Heather.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to have Vinnie down here from Canada. Like I say, he travels a long ways, coming down here to win one of our big titles, Stock King of the Mountain, Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Vinnie Clark, number 156. Russ, you've been racing down here all year long with the Rimshaw circuit. Winning this class meant a lot to you, I'm sure. What did you think of the hill up there today?
Well, it was real rocky, that's for sure. And it was my first win ever, and it felt good to get it here at Jackson. Look at the hill, it proves itself there. It's pretty bad.
Do you want to thank some of your sponsors?
Big thanks to Articat and Al Shimpa with Articat. He hooked me up with a good box right before this race, and it did me good, so big thanks to Al.
That's great. Russ Tapio, he is your 600 improved class winner today at Jackson Hole. Thanks for being with us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
number 60, Jeremy Osler. Out of Bozeman, Montana, riding the Polaris.
He's letting her all hang out. Let's see what he can do. He's got a good run going at 51 seconds over that third catwalk. That's the bar and puts the pressure.
Took a second in ProMaster stock and a first and 7 stock, first in ProMaster Improved and first in ProMaster Mod. The team had a super day, eight class wins, as near as I can be sure, so we're really smiling. I'd mainly like to thank my wife and family for putting up with 25 years of hill climb racing, or whatever it is. It's 20 some odd, I lose track at this point, and Polaris Industries for building such an awesome sled. Anyway, I'm gonna have to do it one more year. We got an 800 class sled coming next year, so they keep making me go one more year.
We'll all be here forever. Hey, great weekend. Thanks for spending a minute with us, Rick. Appreciate it.
This is probably the roughest I've seen it. Been here close to 18 years running it, and I think this is probably the worst year.
What kind of setup, what kind of things do you have to do different to get set up to run a snowmobile hill climb without a whole lot of snow on it, especially on a hill like this one?
Lots of traction. We built some new paddles, and they worked out really good for us this year. I'd like to thank Skidoo. Also like to thank my wife for all of her support. I'd like to thank Starting Line Products, ADS Motorsports, and also Dennis and Sharon Pearson for helping me out with my sleds, and Larry and Kevin.
All right, great weekend. Rusty Johnson, number 5. Thanks for spending a minute with us, Rusty. Great job.
Thanks.
Jeremy Otter pulling one out of the hat again. 58-61, this year's world champion, Jeremy Otter. Way to go, Jeremy!
All right, we just finished up a great day of racing here at Jackson. We've got Jeremy Osler, the Oz, with us. Oz, how's it feel?
Feels really, really good.
And what feels really, really good is this year's World Championship Mod King. And I'll tell you what, you put some great runs on that hill today. Leaving here in a little better shape than you did a year ago, aren't you?
Yeah, the only thing I came out here with last year was a second place and a big hospital bill.
And maybe you made enough money today to help pay that off last year. Great day of racing. The setup on your sled seemed to be working really good for you.
Yeah, SLP, I can't thank them enough for the power that they're building in my sleds, and the Easy Ride suspensions in the rear and the Holtz fronts and Fox shocks, because they just ate this rough hill up this weekend. This all worked really well together.
And you know what? You was smooth, and you seem to get faster every run. Snow conditions up there, how do they compare this year to other years?
You know, we didn't end up with big trenches, but the rocks were there right from the start, so we knew exactly we had to have our line picked out and just try to aim for the little ones, I guess.
Well, your aim was good. It worked out really good for you this year. And I'd like to thank you for spending just a minute with us. Great job this weekend. Right. Congratulations.
I'd like to thank BAM too.
Good job, Jeremy.
We go on the hill first up. For the King of Kings, it's gonna be number 256, Vinnie Clark. Got the hill already going here.
Third catwalk, 57. Up. 105.50, 105.50 the time to beat. Walk into that rock garden area.
Sunday afternoon, we just finished up the 32nd running of the World Championship Hill Climbs here in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. We stood right here in the same spot a year ago with the same man. Kyle Tapio, Washington racer, was last year's King of Kings, and he pulled it off again this year. Won the improved stock King and come back and won the King of Kings. What kind of preparation does it take to get to this point?
Well, mostly a lot of time spent working on the sleds, putting them together. Just countless hours in the shop and try to get as much time as you can on the hill. Definitely like to thank Articat, Al Shimpa for all his work, and Easy Ride Suspension, and ARS FX, Zebros Racing, great suspension and great motors from Speedworks. Makes you go up the hill fast.
Congratulations, Kyle. Great job. Nice racing.
Thank you very much.
I'm here with Heidi Tobin, and Heidi is the secretary of the Snow Devils and one of the people who put this event together. Heidi, all I can say is wow. What a 4-day event you and the Snow Devils have done.
It was, I would agree with the wow. It was a great 4 days. We had awesome weather. We just couldn't have asked for a better year. I'd like to thank all of the Snow Devil members that helped put this event together and the Elks Club for doing the food. There's a lot of people that make this event come together, and they all should be very proud of themselves. It was a great year.
They did a great job. Now, next year, what's the dates?
We'd like to welcome you to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, March 27th through the 30th, 2008 for the 33rd Annual World Championship Snowmobile Hill Climb.
Well, you've heard it here, so mark your calendars, and we'll see you in beautiful Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Well, Max, that really is the ultimate boondocking sled.
Well, Meg, I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed that today, because it's been an awesome day. You know, this is what our customers buy. This is what they want, and you know, we go to great lengths to try to build the right stuff that works in the mountains. You know, that's a good boondocking snowmobile that you can get into trees and it's got good power, and you know, the funnest part is riding out and riding all day and being able to ride back and not have problems. And, you know, like our bumper, our new push bumper we got for these. We've been out boondocking all day, and I think there's probably a little bit of bark on a couple of these, but you know, that's what it does. That's what its purpose is to protect the sled.
Well, it was a great day riding, Max, and this absolutely performed like a dream. The suspension was so smooth on it, and the horsepower, anything I wanted to go up, no problem at all. So Max, what makes this sled so special?
Okay, so this is kind of what we build for our customers. The things that you see on this sled, the Boondocker fuel control box. Obviously, this controls with when we're using the NOS system. The box has several different programs in it to where it's controlled and can squirt NOS at a certain engine RPM or throttle position, and or use the button also.
Okay.
So, you know, it's all basically what the rider wants. This is one of our sleds that we test and use for development work. We've got a oxygen air fuel sensor on it here that tells us and monitors the air fuel flow through the motor to tell us if we've got our fuel right.
How many hours of testing do you put in on these sleds?
Meg, you know, I spend 1 to 2 days, basically a week up here on the mountain testing with the stuff and the various things that we're working on, whether it's shock testing or, you know, with the rear suspensions or motors or clutching or the NOS or whatever it is. So, you know, it requires a lot of our time. But again, this is something that we provide for our customers, and when we deliver a sled to them, hopefully everything's right. You know, the clutching's right, the thing is pulling the RPMs it's supposed to, the jetting's right, the NOS fuel settings is right, everything is done, the chocks are you know, got the right valving in them, the suspension is adjusted correctly, and then we can deliver this to them, and they don't have to do anything but go ride it and have fun.
Just take it out on the snow and go have fun.
That's right.
Well, Max, you do have the ultimate boondocking sled here, and it sounds like a lot goes into it.
I thought you were going to tell me I had the ultimate job.
Welcome to Tri-City Performance. We're the home of the Western RMK Performance Specialists. My name's Mike Polson. If you need anything at all when it comes to Polaris snowmobiles, snowmobile gear, we carry many of the best lines available in our industry. We have 2 locations to serve here in northern Utah at Centerville, central Utah and Springville. Anything at all you might need in the web, you can go to www.tricityperformance.net.